For the record, thank you. For the record, John L. Smith, Las Vegas Review-Journal. Thank you for letting me appear today. I come before you today as a longtime Nevada journalist and author to voice strong opposition to Senate Bill 444, which would make critical and deleterious changes to Nevada's anti-strategic litigation against public participation law. Legal experts will speak to the damage the changes will do to a law that helps provide an essential protection of the free speech rights for all Nevadans. Whether you're speaking out in a public place, blogging on the internet, or writing a column or investigative story for a newspaper. The legislation arises out of the desire of Wynn Resorts and its chairman, Steve Wynn, to change a law specifically designed to protect Nevadans from practitioners of slap litigation and lawsuits meant to silence criticism. Wynn certainly qualifies on that account. Last year, Wynn sued stock trader and analyst James Chanos after Chanos, in a public talk during an investigative journalism conference, warned of an ongoing upheaval in the immensely lucrative Macau casino market that has been so good to Wynn Resorts. Chanos warned that a crackdown on corruption by the Chinese government would likely have a powerful negative impact on casino stocks, and he was very right. But remember, Chanos was appearing at an investigative journalism conference. Associated with the investigative reporting program at the University of California, Berkeley, the Logan Symposium is attended by hundreds of reporters and hosted by legendary investigative journalist Lowell Bergman of 60 Minutes. Bergman's investigative unit last year was busy putting the final touches on its lengthy investigation of Macau's casino industry for a Frontline documentary that was to air on PBS. Was the lawsuit intended not only to silence Chanos, but to chill out that investigative documentary? The very reasonable conclusion is yes, it was. Fortunately, a California court twice dismissed Wynn's lawsuit. By the way, you didn't miss the Frontline documentary. It never aired. I know from firsthand experience that Steve Wynn's not shy about using the courts as his personal whipping post. Following the 1995 publication of my investigative biography of Wynn, Running Scared, he sued me in a court of comfort and convenience in Clark County. He didn't sue over the book, which was factual and gave a balanced look at his meteoric rise in the casino business. Instead, he sued over a fragment of a sentence printed in a publisher's catalog advertising the book's publication. Not the book, not even a full sentence in the catalog, but a factual fragment advertising that Running Scared would tell why a Scotland Yard report called Wynn an associate of organized crime. The report said that, and the chapter in the book accurately and fairly reflected the report. During the litigation, Wynn showed his vindictiveness by explaining to a reporter that he would, quote, get Smith's house and bankrupt the publisher. Let me tell you, I was worried sick over the litigation, even if I couldn't quite imagine Steve Wynn moving into my 3-bedroom, 1,300 square foot starter home. I was eventually dismissed from the lawsuit, but the publisher was forced to pay to defend the remainder of the litigation. And when Wynn won what I consider a kangaroo court decision, the publisher was forced to endure bankruptcy reorganization. The lawsuit, by the way, was thrown out on appeal by the Nevada Supreme Court. So Wynn technically didn't prevail in court, but that wasn't his purpose. His purpose was to punish anyone who sought to take a close look at his personal and business history. Wynn never collected a dime and lost the lawsuit, but I'll say one thing for him. He managed to inflict a lot of pain on myself and my family, on my publisher and his family. I'm proud to say Running Scared is still in publication after 20 years, but that status didn't come without a hell of a fight. Wynn isn't the only powerful Nevadan to claim offense at critical coverage and use the courts to punish a critic. Far from it. Around these parts, slap litigation is the sport of billionaires. Nevada has one of the nation's best anti-slap laws, and anything less is an invitation to bullies to attempt to drive working reporters, bloggers, and anyone else with a critical comment to ruination. In other words, all Nevadans, not just journalists, need this law to remain strong. You have an opportunity to correct a mistake made recently by the state Senate. You can do your fellow Nevadans a tremendous service by stopping misguided Senate Bill 444 in its tracks. Thank you.